Hey guys, Mark here from Jazz Guitar Lessons. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to tell you how you can get out of a rut, and I want to help you figure out why your practice may be scattered, if it is scattered. So we'll assess this together, and I'll give you a few solutions to get into what I call modular practice. By the end of this video or podcast, you'll be able to definitely implement it in your own playing on the guitar. It should take you only, a few minutes to watch for a lifelong progress happening in your playing. So let's get going with the materials. All right, let's assess this. Is your practice scattered? If you're playing guitar or any other instrument for that matter, and you look back at 6 months or a year, and your skills are approximately the same, the challenges are approximately the same, you know about the same number of tunes, your vocabulary is not better, your timing's not better, you're probably doing scattered practice. If you're scared that someone would ask you, hey, you play, do you want to play us something? If you go like, bite your fingernails, then it's not a good sign. So you're probably there. Fine. First step is accepting that it's the case. Now, why does it do that? There's two things. Like, I'll call scattered practice my own little experience with finding different resources and getting, number one, overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have to do, the different things I have to do in my playing. And number two, I know I'm not progressing, and it's pretty easy to do that. Like, I have my own experience grabbing, by the way, this funk book, this funk guitar book, and this thing I saw on YouTube from, Open Studio or Troy Grady, work on the right hand. And I have this book I saw and I purchased, right? And if I'm there, I could project myself in 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days and go, oh, that's Mark in the future doing this scattered practice. If you can relate, you'll go like, yeah, picking up the guitar feels like a chore. It doesn't feel really inspiring. It's more like, I should be practicing and I'm scared and it's not really going anywhere. So my motivation is lower. Yeah. So those are the symptoms. And the result of that is not making any progress. So what's the solution? Solution is to make progress. Easier said than done, right? So let me hit on the words here that I will use. That is modular. I want to suggest a modular practice where I'll get back to this analogy, but I can project myself in 30 days and go, that's a parallel universe, Mark, in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and that guy made progress. And I'll hit back on the idea of modular, because it could be implemented. It's like meta. It's like you could do it like this, and you can do it inside of it too. So especially for jazz guitarists, check this out. First, I want to go to a story, so I'll go Adam Smith on you. The Wealth of Nation, I believe, was the book where they looked at assembly lines and they were assembling pins or needles or something. I can't quite recall, but the story goes that an individual worker could do, say, 5 pins in a given day. However, if I took 10 workers and split the labor, it's called division of labor, instead of having 50 pins by the end of the day, it would be something like 5,000. It's not a little bit more, it's like exponentially more. So my thought is that we can do division of labor here to free ourselves up from all the scatter and overwhelm and brain fog and everything, and do 2 or 3 things in each practice session. Yeah, I heard the world around. I heard the facepalm. Mark, are you crazy? I have all these skills I want to learn. I picked up the latest Abersold, and Barry Harris says to rehearse this, and I got to work on my technique. Oh my God, my technique, I'm not fast enough. So here's the thing. Your technique is just fine. Your fingers work as well. Look it up, and medically, our fingers all move at the same rate of speed. Your picking hand is just fine. Again, Troy Grady, I'm watching you. Love your videos, by the way, but still, this is fine. This is not a problem. You don't need to know another scale. What you need is a modular thing that you could get back to with consistency, with 2 or 3 things to practice every day. All right, that's for starters. By the end of this video, I'll give you 3 plans. So a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced plan on how to do this in your playing pretty much right away. But meanwhile, I want to emphasize that you can do division of labor in tackling specific things. And again, back to my idea of future Mark. If I did these 2 or 3 things today and tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after, and I consistently do that, for sure I can project myself in the future and go, oh yeah, there's scatter Mark, that guy all over the place, technique, altered scales, whatever. And then there's consistent, confident, trust. I have faith that this will yield results, Mark. So one of the biggies is to get back to the same practice plan every day. I know. I've been teaching online like this for like 15 years, 16 years now, and I've started to teach about 20 years ago. And I can't recall a time where that was not good advice. Look at the thing, give it a good beating, and get back to it tomorrow, and do that consistently, and prepare to be amazed. Link in the description if you'd like to join the coaching program. Of course, I've been working with thousands of people getting amazing results. See jazzguitarlessons.net/reviews. But I can't help myself thinking of people I worked with directly that would look at a single page of music or an etude or a standard and go, never. I'll never be able to do this. I'll never achieve it. And then 3 to 4 weeks later, it's like, man, that's cool. That's so cool. I could play this. Yeah, what's the magic? The magic bullet, the secret ingredient is not a secret ingredient at all. It's actually to get back to the same thing. So I could give you what those things would be. And one of the things, if you're more the beginner spectrum, would be to master some of these chord shapes. So namely, you can see the link in the description for what I call staple voicing. So C major, major 7 or 6, C minor, C dominant. I love 13 chords or 9 chords. You learn these big, bulky shapes and you learn to implement them over and over. So that's the first modularity aspect, by the way, which is I will get back to on several days on the same topics. For more intermediate players, it could be something like, I want to be sure I perform the song front to back. So I have a piece of the melody. We all have to do it. Right? And then I want to do a course of comping and maybe a course of improv minimalistically and wrap it up. If you're advanced, it may be that you want to do every single altered chord in the song you want to do. I know that was a diminished scale, for instance. Maybe it's an advanced thing like, I want to do a funky diminished or altered scale, right? It's pick your poison. It doesn't matter. But if you could mark it down to a single sheet of paper, right? It's January. People say, my New Year's resolutions. What if you go, yeah, my aim is to do 21 days, that darn same thing that I chose. You will be amazed because that's the division of labor. While I do this, I'm not scattered, I'm not overwhelmed, and I produce results. And it's not perfect, but the amount of stuff I can do with that one thing over 21 days is exponentially greater than if I had 20 things on my list and tried to get to all of them and make minimal headway. I had a really smart student, an engineer, who said, I'm going an inch deep, but a mile wide, right? An inch deep, but a mile wide. Don't do that. Go an inch wide and a mile deep. It's going to be much, much better. All right. So modularity is essentially picking up 2 or 3 things you get back to every day. Good. Now, trying to be less abstract and less cryptic, I will also tell you that thing about modularity before letting you go. You can modularly, is that even a word? You can approach with modularity things that you learn, so you have lateral implementation. More word salad, Mark. I know, this is what we're looking for from a YouTube video. Here's the thing. If I work on arpeggios, for instance, I'll pick Autumn Leaves, and I'll go, right, first chord A minor 7, second chord D7, third chord G major 7. Okay, good. If I'm doing arpeggios and I tell myself, I heard it's really hip to do 3, 5, 7, 9. So instead of 1, 2, I want to do 3, 5, 7, 9, right? Second chord, 3, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. Fourth chord, 3, 5, 7, 9. I can do that on Autumn Leaves and I can devise myself a little exercise. Here's where the modularity comes in. If I pick up a concept like this, I can make more headway if I have different areas of implementation, different tunes, namely. So if I'm doing it on Autumn Leaves and I bust my balls to do this super well, so I'll try to, lend myself to the game I've created for myself. I go like, that's a chord, the autumn leaves, right? Da, 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 da. Here's the arpeggio. 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, missed it, 3, 5, 7, flat 9, right? Okay, I'm sort of there. I could do this for 21 days, or I could tell myself, let me do it on autumn leaves. Let me do it on out of nowhere. Let me do it on summertime. And then there's lateral implementation, which is also modular. So that's the big takeaway here. Modularity means I can have an approach that has 2 or 3 topics, but that the exercise in it are varied. So topic A, arpeggios, topic B, comping, whatever, right? So 2 or 3 topics in which the materials move forward. Furthermore, when I want to dig deep and master a thing, I have to implement the same set of skills or the task or the thing I devised for myself, that little game, on a lot of different contexts, and that's where I'll maximize my progress. That's it. So let's fix your practice this year. This is the 2025 goal. You simply need to get back to it, and I'll leave you with some words of encouragement with another parallel or analogy. Not the Adam Smith one, please, but analogy to working out. I go to the gym. I work out. People in January, let's max out my bench press. Yeah, there's that. I'm bench pressing and I'm doing squats or going out for a run. This does not mean that my movement with my body is reduced to that time in the gym, because I want to go lay on the floor with my son and assemble a little Lego castle, right? I want to do that. If I'm invited to a wedding, I will want to dance. I want to take a walk with my wife, right? So the point is, my movement is not limited to the time I am in the gym. I'm just simply focusing on that. So I'm going to do 30 push-ups and then give it a good beating, let it go. Tomorrow, come back, do 31 push-ups, if that makes sense. So with guitar, I think this is some kind of a prison where I'm like, whenever I pick it up, it means I have to be disciplined. I have to do everything right, learn all the skills, and it becomes a chore or work. So I think one of the best advice I can give for 2025 is this can work the same way with a workout. I go to the guitar, I give my workout a good beating, and I put it to the side. And I'll pick up my guitar, play with friends. I'll play a song for my son. I'll teach and, tinker around and look at things. But my workout is separate than my leisure time with the guitar. So leave yourself plenty of leisure time. You can have a workout that's like 30 minutes a day, and you can still play another hour on whatever floats your boat, right? So that can really work, and it keeps your spirits high, keeps the motivation high. So on that note, I will let you go. I'm Mark from Jazz Guitar Lessons. See link in the description, and please like and subscribe. Join the fellowship to get all the sheet music, all the stuff I talk about. It's totally free, guys. There's like 3,000 something people already on there. It's a fantastic community. You can hang out with my students, you can hang out with me. Free sheet music, tab, sound slice, up the wazoo, teaching all my methods for free. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.